I've heard you also talk about the four horsemen, right? And a lot of the dangerous collaboration of media, right? And with Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook, or Meta.
Very good.
And you've been a part of antitrust activation towards them.
I think they should be broken up. I think they're too powerful.
Me too.
Yeah,
it's very dangerous, right?
Well, we don't have any choice. If you're a parent and your kid is on social media, you don't have any choice. The kid doesn't have any choice. He's going to be on a platform.
Right.
And these companies are so powerful that they're able to, and they make so much money that they're able to kind of weaponize government. We've had 40 congressional hearings talking about child safety. We've had 0 laws passed.
Yeah.
And I think competition as a whole is a great way of bringing down costs. I think the best way to handle inflation is competition. Mm-hmm. And you have one company with 93% share of search, Google, 66% share of social, Meta, 50% share of e-commerce. 2 companies control 93% of AI LLMs and the GPUs, that's OpenAI and NVIDIA. So there's already monopolies forming in AI. And
it's unbelievable. Here's what Australia wants to ban kids. I saw this the other day on 16 from social media as world government seek to crack down on the addictive apps. I think that's a great idea. I don't think that kids, and also especially if kids aren't going to be protected. Did you see that moment where they had Zuckerberg with all the parents of children who were killed by adults on Facebook and they were allowed to contact them? Yeah. Why should an adult be allowed to contact a child? You should easily, if you have all the data, you should easily know this is a child and this is an adult. There's no reason for them to contact each other without going through the parent.
There's no reason anyone under the age of 14 should have a smartphone. I mean, I've said this. I think Sundar Pichai and Tim Cook are basically crack dealers outside of junior high school. No one under the age of 14 should be on a smartphone. Could you have at 14 handled a casino, a betting, an IMAX theater, a porn site in your pocket all day long?
I could handle it at 34, 37.
Right? So, and then I don't think anyone should be on a social media app under the age of 16. And parents are stepping in. And a lot of this, again, is because of the inspiration of my colleague, Jonathan Haidt, but entire countries are banning phones and social media. There's so much evidence around the mental. Think about what a place of perversion Instagram begins with. It encourages 15-year-old girls to pose provocatively and sexualize themselves such that their peers and strange men around the world can evaluate and contact them. Imagine there was a park and there were 15-year-old girls and they said to the park, we'd really like it if you showed up in halt tube tops and mini skirts, and then your peers get to sit around you and comment out loud, and strange men from anywhere can come and comment and then contact you. Would we allow that?
Not a chance.
That's Instagram.
Why do we allow that then? Do we expect our government to save us, or do we have to save ourselves?
Well, I think at the end of the day, I think it's our fault. We haven't voted in the people who understand these technologies or are willing to stand up to these companies. They're very savvy. They spend a lot of money on lobbying. And I also think in the back room, they're probably doing deals around national security to help us kind of hunt down the bad guys. I think it's a nuanced argument. But at the end of the day, our government has really let us down. When we look back, Theo, on this era around big tech, I think we're going to regret the concentration of power, the monopoly power, the weaponization of some of our elections, some of the misinformation that's come out. But more than anything, we'll look back on this era and think, how did we let this happen to our kids? You don't have kids. I should know better. My son developed device addiction. My kid hides in the bathroom so he can be on TikTok. I don't know what he's on TikTok. There's been some instances of bullying, both him being bullied and bullying others. And I think we've probably not as bad as some households. This is literally, there is no addiction in America. 24%, 2/3 of teens are on social media. 24% qualify as addicts. Can you imagine we age gate pornography, the military, motorcycles, weapons, but we don't age gate social media. And what other substance, what other company could get away with getting 2/3 of kids on that substance and then having a quarter of them be identified clinically as addicts? We wouldn't and haven't put up with it anywhere else. But these guys are so smart. have so many there are more full-time lobbyists
And there are representatives and senators.
Just at Amazon. Amazon has more full-time paid lobbyists living in D.C. than there are sitting U.S. senators. We've been overrun. Our government's been overrun by money, and we haven't been able to vote in people that are able to stand up and pass laws. This shit is difficult and complicated, and these companies have taken advantage of it. Also, they have the propaganda to turn up the dials.
Because they own the information that's going out. They can manage
100%.
it. God, Scott, I don't even know if I can fucking get out of this room today.
Let's go to Whole Foods.